So everybody, if you have any questions or comments about things, we'll try to answer them at the end of the demo.
All right,
And so let me go ahead and spotlight myself.
I got you spotlighted now.
Oh, okay.
Is that your hide the secret blanket on top of your lathe there, Dane?
Yeah, a little bit of free marketing, you know, for the club patch that my daughter made you. There we go. And then of course Martin's patch from Wood Turning Zoom, which is
that's cool.
And then for you Cajuns down there, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that guy, but that's his catchphrase, which totally suits me.
What?
He's a chef.
Couldn't read it.
Huh? Couldn't read it?
No.
While we wait, we hydrate.
Oh,
Upside down.
Upside down.
Oh, we tried.
Sideways.
where,
Sideways. Well, all right, turn your head sideways.
Here we go.
Yeah, so it says, you know, while we wait, we hydrate. Stale Cracker is his handle. He's quite the Cajun cook. Got his own crawfish company and everything like that.
I thought you were referring to Justin Wilson.
Nope. So for tonight's demo, and it's kind of ironic that Chief Morgan portrayed a mallet, but I'm going to call it a veggie smasher because I sell more of these for as a kitchen utensil. We're making avocado dip, aka guacamole, or
That's a good idea.
doing smashed potatoes or broccoli or cauliflower. But everybody needs a good shot mallet. It's a simple project. You can do it with a skew, you can do it with a bowl gouge, you can do it with a spindle gouge,
Or a scraper.
A skew. Yeah, actually, you can do it with a scraper too. And then so, ironic thing, I'd forgotten about this. So I ran through and did a practice one earlier this afternoon. Made this out of gray ash, and everything was doing really well until I was turning the handle and getting down close to the pith. But then I forgot about gray ash. When it's dry, the pith disintegrates.
Wow.
And it is a hollow hole all the way through. So keep in mind, if you got gray ash, be very cognizant of the pith in it. You want to make sure it's missing when you're turning your wood piece. All right, so I have a little paper on dimensions. Is this upside down or
Sideways.
Sideways, but that's all right.
sideways? How about
There you
this?
Perfect.
Okay, great. So we're going to do a bench mallet, aka veggie smasher. I typically shoot for an overall 8-inch length from tip to tip. I like to have so if anybody wants to do a screenshot, I'll hold it here and then I'm going to set this off to the side. Everybody got the screenshot?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, sweet. If not, it'll be on the webpage. All right, so I like to do an overall length of about 8 inches. I do a barrel length of approximately 3 inches, 3 1/4 inches, you know, from here to here. I have a transition of about a 1/2 inch going down to the handle swell, the grip. I do a 1 inch, approximately 1 inch for the small diameter of the handle grip. I like to do about a 1 3/8 to 1 7/16 swell centered on the handle grip. The handle grip is approximately 4 inches, 3 3/4 to 4 inches. And then the barrel end, whatever shape design you want to do. And then again, 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch for that transition. The large diameter of the barrel, I shoot for approximately 2.5 inches. So 2 1/4, 2.5 inches. Smaller ID before the transition, about 2 inches, 2 1/16 of an inch. And how I lay these out, it's just simple spindle turning. Is rough to blank out. So I got a piece of apple here. I find tight grained hardwoods to be the best for making a mallet. Mesquites, hickories, apples, hornbeam, eucalyptus, desert olive wood. Y'all can fill in the blank for the stuff y'all always softwoods you have back on the east side there. Maple would work, but get the idea. As long as it's a closed grain wood, it'll work better, especially if it's going to be used in the kitchen environment. You don't want those pores open and attracting and getting food in there that you can't get out, because you can wash it, and the bacteria that's already been absorbed and created is not washing out or coming out. And so how I approach doing a mallet is I take after you got it rough to basic size, is I set with a parting tool the dimension for each critical measurement on the mallet. So you go in, you'll set your large ID, your large outside diameter, your small outside diameter, set the diameter for the transition, set it for the transition on the handle, set it for the swell, and then set it for the back side of the handle here. And then it's just like connect the dots, just like when you was a kid, and you're just going to turn profile to profile. And it's a very simple and easy project to do, especially if you've never done one. And if you have done one, you know how easy it is. So with that being said, we know it's a demo. So do we have a running goal on what's going to happen in the demo yet? No,
I'm ready.
because we never know what's going to happen in demo, right, folks?
Oh, yeah,
I guess
we know
people
we
would
love
only
Coach Perfection.
do demos and that. So.
the improbable.
The improbable.
If something's going to fail, it's going to fail during the demo.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right. So,
We know it'll all go to perfection.
right.
Well, it's a measure of how well you cope with that things going south.
Yeah, exactly. So we're between centers. I'm using the step center on this side. Got the typical one-way live center on this side. I'm going to break in a Robert Sorby skew that I've never used, that I picked up at an auction about a year ago. I'm going to see how it performs here, and I'm just going to rough this blank down using the skew and with the good old peeling cut. So I'm going to turn. Speed is my friend. You can see the little bits that are hanging up from this piece of apple. So we're going to take them down first. Yeah, definitely not as heavy duty as my normal gallet, my normal skews. When you got bits on there, it's always a good idea to have your face shield on, because inevitably you're going to get bark and little bits that are going to be coming back at you. At the same time, you want to make sure you got your head off the center of where you're turning when you're spindle turning. But it's unlike bowl turning, you can totally be out of the way. Move my wrist up. So that whole action is tool handles down, coming in, finding the bevel, and then raising the tool handle. That's the whole cutting action on a peeling cut. And I'll be honest, I am not liking this skew at all. It also doesn't have my typical grinds. But I thought I would try it out.
You need a 1 1/8 inch, Dane.
Do what, Billy?
I said, you need a 1 1/8 inch.
Yeah, I need my cutter in front. But see what a lot of new turners do, they get tools and they immediately go to YouTube because they've seen somebody that's preaching the praises of whatever grind it is. And they, instead of trying the tool out to see how it cuts and how it works for them, they immediately go to grinding it to some grind that they've never done before.
Yeah. You got to learn how to
And
use the tool first.
Exactly. And if you don't know how to use the tool, it doesn't matter what type of grind that you got on there, it's not going to perform.
Right.
You know, so as an example, I kind of knew how this was going to perform anyhow. Been there, done it. You know, so this is typical grind on my skews. And next time you see this story, it'll have the nice swell in it. And so it looks like we got a little bit of a crack in here, but that's going to turn out because this is where the handle is going to be at. And so let's see how close we are to 2 1/4 inches. So we're at 2 7/16, so we got plenty of room there. And just for grins, I just want to see if I can do a nice planing cut. Yeah, you can really feel the vibration.
It's vibrating.
That just means you got to take a lighter cut. Because the name of the game is cut as slow as possible when you're doing your final finished cut. We're down to 2 5/16. So that's enough for us to lay out our dimensions. Let's bring the piece of paper up here and see if I can lay them out the way I said I was going to lay them out. Eight. So there's our barrel. It's going to be 2.5. It's going to be 2 1/16 approximately. There's our transition. And here's our handle. There's about halfway point. We're going for about 1 3/8. And this here is going to be 1 inch. And that's going to be 1 inch. And so I've got a couple calipers I've already measured. Let's see. So this one here, I've got it 1 3/8. I think this one is my 1 incher. Yep. Then we'll take a parting tool. And we'll do the barrel first. Go ahead and make these lines go all the way around. So we'll cut the barrel first. We'll go to about 2 inches. We're going to cut on the inside where the 1/2 inch transition is. Because now I just realized I got to reset my 1 inch caliper. I only have 2. Any questions or comments while I'm taking a break here? So you got that? It don't happen often to get it right the first time. At least not with me.
You got a good eye today.
Yes, I think I just got lucky. Reset this to 1 inch. See, now I'm being conscious about it. And so you have an eye gauge. So if you're doing 1 inch, your live center head here is 3/4 of an inch. With those threads, it's right at 3/4. And then depending upon the stub center you got, 9 times out of 10, you either got a 3/4 inch or a 1 inch stub center. So you can kind of eyeball the two of them. And then the same for like, if you got a dimension, it's 1.5 inch or 1 5/8 of an inch. The live center barrel is approximately between 1.5 and 1 5/8 of an inch. So you can eyeball those 3 dimensions when you're doing spindle work and setting stuff. So now we're going to set the center swell, just 1 3/8. And we're done with the parting tool. Blow some of the chips off of me. And drink some water. It's about 110 inside my workshop.
Holy moly.
Where are you? This isn't your lathe that you usually work on.
No, this is my lathe that I always work on.
Oh, the headstock doesn't look like a Powermatic from where
Well,
we're.
no, because it's a 90th anniversary edition. It's black. It's always been black.
No, it looks blue in the camera, almost like a Bickmark lathe.
Huh. Oh, you know what? You're picking up my blue tape that I have over my indexing.
Yeah, that's probably it.
So I keep all the holes covered. That way dust and stuff isn't falling down inside the spindle.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll have to do that to mine.
Yeah, I do too. I should have thought of that myself, Scott.
Yeah, I wish I could claim that idea because my good friend Martin Clarkson's one that shared that with me. All right, so now we've got all our critical dimensions. We got our barrel. So we want to be about 2.5 inches, which I'm pretty much there already. And then 2 inches on this side. So you're just going to connect the dots coming down. Do a nice little chamfer on this side. Be mindful of keeping enough room because you are between centers, so you don't lose your stock here. And then it's just literally just turning and connecting those slopes together, and you've got yourself a veggie smasher, aka bench mallet. So with that, break out another skew. Test everything, make sure it's right and tight. Nothing's in the way. And so when you're doing a slope like this, you're going to gradually work your way back. Turn that outside profile. You can make these rounded or flat. That way they stand up. All right, so we got the barrel pretty much. We'll do the transition. Need to haul off some material to make some room. All finding the bevel. Tool handle was low. Then you get a catch. Ouch. The tool handle low, find the bevel. Make sure the tool is pulled all the way back. That's all right. You just make it smaller. All right, so got the barrel done. Double check, make sure we got that crack out of there. So it's gone. Never fails. Go ahead and hold some of this material off. Now we'll turn the swell. And so one of the beauties of turning between centers, you like turning a particular way with your hands, whether you're right or left-handed, all you got to do is spin it around. And you're still dead on center. Feels good in the hand. I think I'll make a starting point there. And turn the end cap to. And try to make a nice little curve. Down here to the handle. Give myself some room to work. Like that too. See if we can bend this side down a little bit here. Make it to where it'll stand up. So all that's needed is a little bit of 340. I use a bench chisel to part my stuff off. I don't take the chances with it flying off when I'm between the centers. And there you have a, albeit smaller, but a perfect veggie smasher.
Very good. I like it. I like it, Dane. Came out nice.
Thank you, Scott. Any questions, comments?
No, you showed some good technique.
Well, that's the first time I've had a catch like that. At least I didn't blow it off the lathe, you know?
If it happens, it happened here.
Oh, I know. Well, that's why, that's why I always preface it, whether it's me or any of our other demonstrators, what's going to go wrong is always going to go wrong. We're 9 times out of 10, we're all going to experience something that
I
we
know
didn't
you just
plan
said that to make us feel better.
No.
on.
Right?
That was a
No,
good
it's
demo,
the
Dane.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Yeah.
We got
good
time.
demo,
If,
Dane.
if you want, I can throw some. I can hit it with some sandpaper, and then we can throw some dye on it if you want.
Well, we got to let Kevin know he can come out from behind the couch. It's okay, Kevin. He put the skew down. Kevin, he's out of UK and he was a little bit afraid.
Oh, Kevin Pierce.
No,
McAllister.
McAllister,
Oh my.
hid behind the couch. Smart move, Kevin.
Yeah, he said he's
No
hiding
way.
on the couch and wouldn't come out until you're done.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about, but all right.
Well, he's one of those folks that don't really understand the workings of the tool we call skew.
Doesn't like it.
And a lot of folks
Oh, I
don't
see.
understand it. It took me a long time. And it took Elliot Harris taking slowed it down and showing me what it does and how it cuts.
So the thing with the skew, so that catch, that's the most violent catch you're going to get with a skew, which is absolutely nothing. All it's
Oh,
going
but
to do
it'll
is
scare the crap out of you.
all it's going to do is skate back on you. Unlike a bowl gouge or a spindle gouge, where it's going to break your tool rest, break your bowl, break your yoke. Those are the most violent catches. Is with when you're using one of those tools. The skew, all it's going to do is skate back on you. Yeah, it's going to make a, depending upon how big of a cut you were doing, or when you're talking about what you're doing and not paying attention to how close your tip is, it's gonna skate back really quick. But as long as you're entering somewhere between 30 and no more than 45 degrees, turning at 11 o'clock on the workpiece, and starting with the tool handle down and raising the tool handle and going with the cut, you're golden.
I've always said if you're afraid, if you're don't understand how a tool cuts, slow that machine down and watch the slicing.
Exactly. You know what? And normally I do that, and I failed showing that tonight.
You have to understand how it actually cuts. And I always go back to the old pocket knife rule. If you can do it with your pocket knife on a stick, you can do it with the tool. Alan Lacer's going to be doing a demonstration at SWAT. He's very talented with that tool.
Yes, he is.
And can take a lot of mystery out of it quickly. Don't go watch what he turns. Watch how he turns. That's the important part. It's like watching your cook turn. You don't go watch your cook turn 30 things in an hour. I mean, he can. He's like a machine. But just don't watch the product and think, oh, I can turn a box stopper like that or pepper shaker or whatever. No, watch his arm and hand movements. Watch the presentation of the tool and how that blade cuts. And
Also watch the rotation of the handle through the cut, because that'll
Yes.
tell you what the tool is really doing.
yeah. And if you pay attention to that, then you'll understand exactly what that blade is doing to that piece of wood or whatever you're cutting. I've had people in for lessons.
But you know what? But always be looking on the horizon.
Yeah.
When you're cutting.
Yeah, not at what the tool is cutting up above.
Right. Above, up on the horizon.
Your tool's cutting here. You need to be watching that shadow up on top. Let's see. Tool mark line there. Pop right off.
This is
What
when
we
I
doing, Dave?
get up my wire and my burning, my exotics and start burning some marks on it and putting some ridges and some bumps and some marks. This is when I start playing with my embellishing tools. Here it is, perfect format right in front of you. It's going to be used for whacking on things.
Right.
Decorated.
Yeah, why not? You use it and you get to see it. So
Remember, if you beat it up, you can put it back on and chew it back up again.
right.
Never miss a chance to embellish. What are you doing?
Man,
What are you doing?
I'm just throwing some grit dye on a garbage bag, shopping bag.
I thought this was a secret.
Oh, no. Oh, I learned this from Cade.
What? No gloves? Oh my goodness, you're gonna have black hands.
Uh-oh.
Can't
Oh,
tell,
no.
can't tell Kate anything. He spreads it around.
But it's actually blue. Royal blue. I like to use the air gun just to force it in. All right, let's see. Let's
I'm
stay
gonna
with the blue.
if we took that same garbage bag and put some red dye on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that too.
The fun you can have playing with your embellishments.
That's right.
And if you're making these for vegetable smashers at trade shows or craft fairs, this little decoration will change the price mark drastically.
Oh, yes.
So and
What?
be loose with the colors because a lot of times says, oh, that might match my tablecloth.
Right. Or I need a new tablecloth to match that.
Yeah. Do they still make those things, tablecloths?
Yeah.
Make a whole bunch with different variations of color. You'll have something to match everything in the house.
Yeah, right.
And it's good practice.
Yes, it is. Oh, use it.
And if you go for a walk, it'll match your outfit.
And Leonard caught on. He saw that air nozzle going around and all that dust being blown around.
Oh,
Yeah. Safety Sue's. She's over there. She got a handkerchief up to her face because she doesn't want to be breathing that in.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I need to get a nice big 22-inch fan that blows down over me.
Yeah, leave it to Lynn.
That's definitely looking like a mess. Let's see what some purple can do to it. Oh no, I like my purple.
You know what Mama told you? You can't make a mistake until you try.
That's right.
We had listened to our mamas.
Well, it's funny, you can make stuff and you can just be totally unhappy with it. There's always going to be somebody out there that likes it.
Yep.
I think it
Not
work.
all.
I'd put it on the corner of my desk and see how long it'd take for somebody to pick it up and walk away with it.
It'll be an attitude adjuster for the wife when you're out of line.
Right?
I don't know. I think it needs to be heftier.
Yeah, I was thinking a pot,
I'm glad my wife isn't listening to this.
But take a look at that and think about at your craft fair, you've got a handful of these laying on a table and there are different colors and sizes that you're not married to that 8 inches. You're not married to that diameter. You're definitely married to a shape or design or whatever. And it's extremely great tool practice. If you're looking at what we did just now, he went ahead, attacked it with a skew. But if you're afraid, of the skew don't make it. That entire piece could have been done with a, get this, I don't like the term of it, but it's called the roughing gouge. The entire project could have been turned out with roughing gouge. An excellent practice, or a elliptical grind bowl gouge. And that'd be something I'd push my little 3/8 Ellsworth through in a heartbeat.
Mark Soleil grind.
The Mark Soleil grind.
Yep.
That's almost cheating. Come on. Put a little bead.
That ground.
When we see little demos like this, I think about experience or technique practice. There's not a lot of material in it. You can do something, you can experiment with it and practice it. And then say you're heading to a Labor Day get together and or a luncheon, whatever. You get a salad, bring it along with it, leave it behind. Give it to your host.
Amen.
There's nothing like giving away a gift that you've made.
So Dane, I have a question. What are you going to finish that with for smashing veggies?
CA, Parfix 3408.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Because it essentially it turns, it goes in and it turns to plastic.
Got it.
Yeah, thinking about it, that sounds pretty good to me.
Now, would you use 3408 if you were using it as a bench mallet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so raw wood, I would do old linseed oil on it, let that dry. And then the 3408 over it.
The ball linseed would act like a filler or a sealer.
That's what I use it as.
Yes.
But you dilute it, don't you, Dane?
No, not the blow, I don't.
Okay.
My tongue oil, when I do my tongue oil finishes, first couple coats are diluted for it.
Gotcha.
All right. Leave a little bit of wood in there. In fact, even for this, I'll put some blow on it.
And Tim had to come on real quick, bringing that, using that plastic bag to do that spackling or decorating is much better than bringing a rag to the lathe. The only rags that come to my lathe are the ones I'm wearing on my back. I don't ever rag to a spinning machine. That's like, I have a problem counting the 10 anyway. I don't need to lose one of my digits.
Hey,
bit.
hey, Dave. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I hear you.
It after you put tongue oil on something, would you ever consider putting anything else over top of that down the road?
Oh, no.
Me either. That's like finish.
Yeah, yeah.
When you're talking pure tongue oil, no, just that.
In fact, I think it'd be insulting the king of tongue oil if you do that. And if you do it properly and you let it cure up right, I don't see anything that can make it better.
No,
Yeah, it doesn't mean
what I'm talking about is the finish that you get from a tongue oil, and all of a sudden someone says, "Well, I thought it'd be a lot more glossier," and I was just wondering.
You can make it a lot more glossy with more coats. It just takes longer.
And you have to let it cure out.
Yes. 24 hours between coats minimum.
Yeah, if you rush it, or if the humidity,
Maybe
is
directing to some of Kate and my pieces of tung oil.
I've also found that when you're using a product like tung oil and you're all finished up with it, you let it cure a couple of days. Then when you buff it, make sure what you're buffing it out with is pure cotton. And
Yes,
not a poly, not a blend, not a weave. It must be as pure, as cheap, dinky cotton as you can get, because you want to have absolutely no abrasiveness to it. It's got to be very low on that abrasive scale. And it takes so long to buff it when you're doing that people get anxious and want to improve what you're buffing it with. Don't go to a heavier wheel or stronger wheel or whatever. No, remember, you're damaging the finish when you're buffing it. You're impacting the finish. Pardon me.
All right, so there it is.
That is all right.
That's pretty much.
Very nice.
So that's just with linseed oil. Once that dries, put the 3408 on it, and you want to buff it up. It'll be shiny as a diamond in a what.
Will that match your tablecloth, Sue? Will that?
No, but that's okay. I can put on a purple tablecloth. It'd be perfect.
But for those who didn't catch it, that's rich dye. RIT, and you find it in the laundry department of your Kroger's.
Mama used to use it
Or
on my
Walmart.
Or your Walmart's. Don't buy it on Amazon because they charge 3 times the price.
Yeah.
Walmart has started putting it in their craft section.
Yes. Yep.
Tell you what, Doug, it was a nice video. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Really enjoyable. Thanks.
Yep, that was good.
Very good. Thank you.